Let's review some different ways purposeful partnering can work for your differentiated classroom. First, in forming partners and groups, plan to use formative assessment data, such as a targeted check, to purposefully group students in the classroom. Remember, this is different from simply finding partners, which we suggest the teacher control and monitor. One way is to homogeneously pair or group students, those with same or similar readiness or abilities. This can support your DI classroom by providing tiered assignments to each group, by varying the number of scaffolds or the level of difficulty of content or skill. Keep in mind, the scaffold should be catered to each level of students' needs. The students who are ready for a challenge do not need the same scaffolded assignment your more struggling students may need. And keep in mind, scaffolds are designed to be gradually taken away for all students. Conversely, at times, heterogeneously grouping students can work well. In this arrangement, the grouping allows for scaffolds within the group. Be sure to provide clear parameters so the group members all understand what their individual responsibilities are. You can also look to create group seating charts for your students. There is some front-end work to arranging these seating charts, and keep in mind they should not be static. But once you've put in the work, you can create many purposeful partnerings at the snap of your fingers. For example, at times when you want heterogeneous groupings, you can have all 4 students working together and all 4 have different varying levels of abilities. At other times, you might want shoulder partners, so your number 1 and number 2 students would be more closely related in their skill levels, and your 3 and 4 numbered students would be more closely homogeneously related to each other's level of abilities. Then, when you're looking to make a heterogeneous grouping or pairing for the moment, then students can be working with their face partners. So student 1 and student 3 would be paired together for that short-term activity. When there are times where you'd like all the homogeneous students from across the classroom to work together, it's as easy as asking all the number 1s to cluster together at some pre-designated section in your classroom. Also keep in mind that if you are working in a Zoom or Google Meets setting, this is easily translatable into a Zoom setting as well. Yet another way to arrange purposeful partnering is by using a more traditional row seating chart. As you can see in this, when it's time for students to do some homogeneous work, they can just turn to the student in front or behind them. But if it's time to work with a more heterogeneous setting, they would just turn to the student who's seated to their right or left. Notice that this pairing never involves low with high. And understandably, you will also factor in non-academic implications while creating your purposeful partners. You may already be thinking of even more possible ways of providing scaffolds for your students through purposeful partnering in your differentiated classroom.